Hello everyone and welcome to practical sessions. Today we will see the DC characteristics of an SCR. I will not go through the AIM procedure because all that the PDF of synopsis is already been uploaded on Moodle, so you can find it over there. We will start the DC characteristics of an SCR. So first of all, let us see the basic. This is the basic block diagram, the basic structure of a device of an SCR. SCR is nothing but silicon controlled rectifier. This is the full form of an SCR. It's made up of PN, 4 semiconductors and 3 junctions. That is number 1, 2 and 3. This is the first junction, second junction and third junction. There are 4 semiconductor layers, PN and PN. And as 4 semiconductor junctions are there, there will be 4 semiconductor layers are there. There will be 3 junctions, right? SCR has 3 terminals, that is anode, cathode, and an extra gate terminal is been connected. You can see over here. You can see the gate terminal has been connected to the P side, which is sandwiched between the 2 N semiconductor, 2 N type semiconductor. So this is the simple block of the device SCR, right? Now the SCR is also having an equivalent circuit made up of 2 transistors. So this is the equivalent circuit. This is the equivalent circuit. Right? The same can be represented in this form. That is 2 transistor. That is one is PNP, one is PNP, and another is NPN. PNP and NPN transistor. When PNP and NPN transistor are connected to each other, and a gate terminal is connected to the P of PNP. That is the 2 transistor model of an SCR. Right? Further, in more simplification, in more simplified way, we can have this one. The basic symbol of an SCR is a basic symbol of a transistor of PNP and NPN is used, and the gate is being connected. Now you can see the gate is nothing but the is nothing but the base terminal of NPN transistor. The base terminal of an NPN transistor, while the base of PNP transistor is connected to the collector of NPN transistor, right? So this is the arrangement of 2 model transistor for an SCR. This is how an SCR will looks like, and how it will works, right? Now, what will be our circuit diagram? Let us see what will be our circuit diagram. So, this is our circuit diagram. You can see this is the SCR. This one is our SCR, right? As we have seen, it is having anode, it is having cathode, anode and a gate terminal. Now, for our DC characteristics of an SCR, the anode and cathode of an SCR is being connected to battery. Right? That is 30 volt. And over here, the gate is being connected to 1.5 volt supply. A small battery is being connected to gate. Why? Because the gate current is in the order of microampere. The potentiometer, a variable resistance, has been connected to vary the value of Ig, Ig, that is gate current. That is gate current, right? Now the voltage across anode and cathode, this is cathode, this is anode. The voltage across anode and cathode is known as VAK, right? So this is our simple circuit diagram of it for DC characteristics of an SCR. And as we know, the load is being connected across the output of the circuit, right? Now let us see how the SCR will work. What is the working behavior of an SCR for DC characteristics, right? Now, the moment battery is been connected to anode and cathode, the moment initially when the battery is being connected across the anode and cathode of an SCR, let us assume that Ig is equals to 0. Ig equals to 0. We are not applying any small amount of current to Ig. Let us assume that Ig is equals to 0. We will understand the forward characteristics. We will understand the forward characteristics of an SCR. We are not interested in the reverse characteristics, right? Now what happens? This is the voltage across SCR. This is the voltage across SCR, V, right? Across SCR. This is the amount of current. This is the amount of current. This direction is having the amount of current flowing through SCR. Now, what we will do is we will increase VAK. We will increase VAK. Means we will increase the value of VAK in increasing forward direction. Means 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt. Now, you see, still at this increasing volt, the SCR is not conducting any current. The amount of current, you see, the amount of current, this is the amount of current. This is the amount of current. This is the amount of current. The amount of current flowing through an SCR is very small. Is very small. But as you go ahead, as we increase the voltage, more across anode and cathode, what happens at a particular point, at this point, the voltage decreases and the current increases. Voltage decreases and the current increases. That is nothing but the forward breakover voltage. That is nothing but the forward breakover voltage. What happens at that point is, at a particular voltage, SCR will start to conduct. And as the SCR will be in the conduction stage, the current through the SCR will start to flow. And as the current will start to flow, voltage will decrease. Now, this is what we have understood from the graph. What actually physically happens in the SCR at this VBO voltage, that is breakover voltage. Let us see. You can see this is P and EN. As this is positive, this is negative, means this is a PN junction. This is a PN junction. The P type is connected to positive, N type will be negative. If the N type is negative, then with respect to positive, this junction and this junction will be in forward bias. This both junction will be in forward bias. But remember one thing, the junction in between this, this in between junction will be reverse bias. Now this is just a simple PN junction. In between this is just a simple PN junction. Now remember, what happens if you increase more voltage on the reverse reverse side, reverse bias of an PN junction, it will break down. It will break down. So at a particular high voltage, that is VBO, this junction breaks down. This junction breaks down, and the current starts to flow through the SCR. So the current will start to flow through an SCR, right? And the current will start to flow through an SCR. This is again I am explaining. As the anode is positive, as the cathode is negative, this junction will be forward bias. This junction will be forward bias, but this junction will be in reverse bias condition. And as we have studied for a simple diode, that if we increase the reverse bias voltage for a normal diode more than some breakdown voltage, then it will break down. So similar, that breakdown is happening in this. Similarly, that breakdown is happening in this. Means if we increase this VBO, this voltage across anode and cathode across an SCR at a particular point, this junction will break down. And the current will start to flow through an SCR, right? Remember, this is for Ig equals to 0. This is Ig equals to 0. Now let us see the another thing, that is when if we increase Ig, then what will happen, right? You can see some of the terms. Ig is the gate current, reverse breakdown voltage. It will be over here. It will be over here. This side. The important thing is the forward breakover voltage that we have seen over here, and this is the holding current. This is the latching current and forward conduction mode. That is the on state. Of an SCR. Now let us take the next stage, the case 2, where Ig will not be equals to 0. Let us take another case. You can see this will be positive, this will be negative. You can see this is when Ig equals to 0. But if I provide a small amount of current Ig, let us say 40 microampere, 40 microampere, right? That is, let us assume Ig1 equals to 40 microampere. Then what happens? This breakdown, which is happening at a higher potential, shift towards the lesser voltage. This is for Ig equals to 0. This is for Ig1, that is 40 microampere, right? As we have increased Ig, the value of Ig to 40 microampere, the breakover voltage has reduced. This is Ig1. For Ig1, the breakover voltage of an SCR reduces. Means we will require less amount of VAK. That is voltage across cathode and anode. Further, if I increase Ig2 to 50 microampere, then again the breakover voltage decreases. the breakover voltage decreases. Again, the breakover voltage decreases. So the graph will be starting from here, and for Ig2 it will go like this. It will go like this. It will go like this. Let me draw the graph. It will go like this. For Ig2 it will go like this. This will be for Ig2. Means the moment we increase the gate current, the breakover voltage of an SCR, forward breakover voltage of an SCR decreases. So this is nothing but further it again happens that if you increase the Ig, then again the breakover voltage will decrease. So this is nothing but the DC characteristics of an SCR. Now let us see some of the practical results. So this is the practical result. This is the circuit diagram, right? Let us see case number 1. That is this Ig1. This is Ig1. This is Ig2. This is Ig1 and Ig2. Ig1. This is, let us say, Ig1 we have set to 48.7 microampere. We have set Ig 48.7 microampere through this supply, right? Now, as you can see, we have set 48.7 microampere. We will note down IA, the amount of current flowing through the circuit, and potential across the anode and cathode, that is VAK. We will increase VAK from 0.5 to 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 6, 5, 7. You can see the current flowing through the circuit, the current flowing through the output of the circuit is zero, nearly zero, very, very small. That is just leakage current. Means the SCR is in off condition. When you increase the voltage 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, still the leakage current is there. But at 25 volt, still the current is leakage current. Remember one thing over here. So 25 volt is nothing but we have reached over here. We have reached at this point. Now, the moment you increase the VAK voltage greater than 25 volt, that is 25.1, this will try to come over this point. Why? Because SCR is in conduction state. And as the SCR is in conduction state, we have seen in the graph that this VAK decreases. This VAK will decrease, right? We can see in the practical reading, this VAK has decreased from 25 to 0.77 volt, 25 to 0.777 volt, and the vice versa. You can see the current has increased to 32.75 milliampere. This is milliampere. This is milliampere. 32.75 milliampere. Right? Now let us see for Ig2. So what happens for Ig2? We will take this portion Ig2, let us say 50.7 microampere. Now for Ig2 we can see VAK we have increase, and when the VAK increase is greater than 12.5 volt, HCR starts to conduct. Why? Because here the Ig, the amount of current which we are providing is more 50.7 microampere. So the break over voltage reduces. The break over voltage reduces over here, and again it will go like this. The break over voltage reduces and it will go like this. The break over voltage reduces and go like this. So this is the practical reading. We can see as the SCR start to conduct, voltage across anode and cathode decreases and current through the circuit, that is IA, that is increasing to 25 milliampere. Right? This is milliampere, 25 milliampere. So this is all about the DC characteristics of an SCR. All students have to prepare the journal and have to write down all these things as what you are preparing like in semester 2, and have to check your journals with respective professor. Okay, thank you.
Hello students, today we will see DC characteristics of SCR. Over here you can see the SCR is been mounted, right? This is the circuit diagram of DC characteristics of SCR. This is the circuit to study the DC characteristics of an SCR, right? This is the anode, this is the cathode of an SCR, this is the gate. Now the voltage across anode and cathode is known as VAK, right? The current flowing through anode and cathode will be IA. This is the VI, the supply 0 to 30 volt across anode and cathode. Now as we know, we need small amount of gate current to fire the SCR, as we have studied in the theory. So Ig is nothing but the small amount of current. Here we have potentiometer to vary the value of Ig, and we have a 1.5 volt supply over here to have a small current flowing in this gate direction, right, into the gate. Now let us connect the circuit. Over here, there it will be the supply. This power supply will be connected across these two terminals. So let me first connect the positive to VI, then let me connect the negative VI, then we will connect the current meter. Over here. So this is the current meter. Let me connect the current meter. Remember, the current flowing at the anode cathode, this side of the SCR, will be having the range of milliampere. So this is the milliampere range. Right? Now let us connect a voltmeter across anode and cathode to measure the potential across anode and cathode of an SCR. So this is the voltmeter which I have connected. You can see it is millivolt range, right, DC. Now let us connect the current meter over here to measure the current flowing through gate. This is positive, this is negative. So this is the current meter I have connected. You can see DC microampere range. This is the microampere range, right? Now finally let us connect this 1.5. This is the cell which I have connected, 1.5 volt. You can see 1.5 volt. Let us connect the positive and the negative, right? So this is nothing but the circuit connection for DC characteristics of an SCR. Now let us start the supply. Remember, before making on the supply, try to make it 0 for all the terminals, all the knobs. So this is on, right? Now in the initial condition, you can see no current is flowing in the output of anode and cathode across SCR. So SCR is in off condition. The voltage is millivolt. The voltage across anode and cathode is millivolt, right? The amount of current flowing through this gate terminal, the amount of current flowing through this gate terminal is 20 microampere, right? Now let us fix this 20 microampere with this knob. With this knob we will fix it to 47 microampere. We will fix it to 47 microampere. I am rotating this knob and you can see the value of current over there. This is 24 microampere. Let us increase to, let us say 47.9 microampere, right? The amount of current flowing from this battery to the gate terminal of an SCR is 47.9 microampere, right? Now you can see we have not applied any voltage across the anode and cathode of an SCR. You can see this is 49 millivolt, right? Now gradually I will increase this voltage. I will not change this value, this gate current, that is fixed, 47.9 microampere, right? Now slowly I will increase the value of voltage, right? That is VAK, and at one point this current will shoot out. Practically you have to note down all these readings by increasing the value of VAK, right? So 5.1 volt, 5.8, still the SCR is in off condition. A voltage will come at which SCR will fire. The moment SCR will fire, you will find a large amount of current is flowing through the anode and cathode terminal of an SCR. That you can measure it over here, right? Now I will increase, now 7, 8 volt, it is say 9.5, it is 10.5, 11.5, 12.7, 13. Still the current is very small. The SCR is in off condition. It is not fired, right? Now let me increase 17, 18, then 19. Now slowly small amount of current has been passing through it. Okay, 19.7. You can see the value has 40.36 milliampere. You see, this is the milliampere range, 40.36 milliampere. So 19.7 volt is been applied over there, right? And at 19.7 volt across anode and cathode, we will see that large amount of current is flowing and SCR is in firing condition. Now the voltage which we have applied will be the same over here before the firing of an SCR, but the moment it will fire, the voltage across anode and cathode will be decreased. That is, moment when the current is increasing, the moment when the current in this circuit of SCR increases, the voltage that is across anode and cathode will decrease. That is, it will be 0.7 volt, even though we have applied 19.7 volt, right? So this is all about the DC characteristics of an SCR. In practice, you also have to do this all measurement for different value of Ig, right? And the same procedure has to be followed. Okay.